Stay tuned for the following special presentation from 1220 at 103.7 FM KOFO.
KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, is proud to bring you the Arvest Bank Ottawa University Braves Soccer Pregame Show, online at KOFO.com. Arvest Bank, goodbye limits, hello possibilities. Here to preview this KCAC postseason match is KOFO's Chris Hanson.
Welcome to Advent Health Field at Ottawa University. It's Chris on the call, and it is playoff season here for men's soccer. Real quick, we want to give a little bit of a shout out to some of those players who earned some honors to for the all-team KCAC. Different honors for that. We're gonna just talk about some of those players. Number one, kind of an obvious one, Bensay Molnar with first team, Alonzo Basari first team, Jack Hatswell first team, Filippo Della Pasqua with the first team, Slobodan Novacevic, he got second team, Santiago Ribollito, second team, Toby Winham, honorable mention, and Patrick White, honorable mention. Really awesome to see so many Braves out there getting honors for the league, and it's because this is a fantastic team. 13-3 and 1 overall, 12-1, just a single loss, a single non-win, I should say, in the KCAC. That makes them the number 2 seed, and they're taking on Sterling, the number 7 seed, 6-5-2 in the KCAC. I think some people walk into this game like this is a surefire win for the Braves. You can't think that way, though, because Sterling is a feisty team. Also, this is the team that Ottawa last played literally just a week ago, and I think that that's always a dangerous thing in sports when you get to see a team twice in a row. So that game finished 2-0. Ottawa won, but it was a tight game statistically, but I think a couple things to wonder about is that was at Sterling. So do the Braves continue to play more clinical now that they're at home? Maybe does Sterling make some more adjustments because they're getting a chance to play them again? I don't know. It'll be really interesting to watch, but still a very dangerous team here in Sterling. The only team that actually tied Oklahoma Wesleyan, who is the first seed in the KCAC. So it's going to be a really interesting day, and I think that if you're Ottawa University, you got to be careful with this team. James Cottage, he's been in this spot before. This is the second time in a row that the Braves are hosting the first round of the KCAC tournament. And last year, it was against York, and Ottawa University had a very dominant win. I believe it was 3-1 was the final score of that one year ago today. It was a great result, and that was kind of where the Braves started getting traction in the program. Because before that, we look back 2 years ago, Ottawa University didn't even qualify for the KCAC tournament. So it's really cool to see just how far this program has come. Coach Cottage has made a lot of great changes. He's got a lot of players. Clearly, that's obvious to see when you see how many players earned mentions. You have 8 players who make all KCAC selections. Really impressive for Ottawa University. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about game planning and what we might see today out on the pitch. You're listening to Ottawa University Men's Soccer with Chris on the call on the Brave Sports Network and KOFO.com.
Looking for a better rate of return on your savings? Arvest Bank is ready to help with great rates on certificates of deposit. You can earn 5% APY on a 7-month CD or 5.25% APY on a 14-month CD with a minimum deposit of just $1,000. And it's easy to get started. Stop by any one of Arvest's over 200 branch locations to open your account. Other rates and terms are available. Arvest Bank, member FDIC.
If working from a cubicle is not for you, and if you're motivated by setting sales goals and reaching them, then your next career opportunity is waiting for you at KOFO Radio. In a highly visible outside position, the right marketing consultant will act as a KOFO ambassador to the business community, developing new and existing local and regional marketing solutions to area business owners. KOFO has all the tools and training to help the right person succeed. Email your resume to KOFO@KOFO.com. KOFO Radio is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back here to Advent Health Field at Ottawa University. Chris on the call here with you. Men's soccer just about underway for the playoffs, quest to nationals, as I think a lot of players would feel about this game. That is their goal. It's interesting, before the season started, Braves players and coaches were saying, if we don't win the KCAC or we don't get to nationals, we have failed as a team. And they didn't win the KCAC. You think it's wild. It's kind of wild that they didn't win, and they only had one loss in the entire season in conference. But they didn't win the KCAC, so they gotta accomplish that goal by getting to nationals. So they got to get to the conference championship, and that starts here at Advent Health Field. The Braves, they've got to be pinging the ball around, making plays all over the pitch. They have to not get sloppy in the midfield. When they're trying to get a little bit too fancy, when they're holding on to the ball, that's when we've seen Ottawa University starting to get, passed around and ultimately being handled in the midfield. But when they are passing so consistently, when they are receiving the ball and instantly playing it, just 2 touches maximum, and then maybe, a couple of extra touches if they're working it down the wing, trying to take a player on, that is when they've been so clinical. And that is when they have been able to open up some options out on the wings. So it's going to be really fun to watch today. 3 captains for Ottawa University: Jack Hatswell, Bensay Molnar, and Felipe Della Pasqua. Of course, all 3 were first-team selections. It's going to be a fun game. And something to note here, Marco De Sofera is going to be in net for the Braves, and he's played a phenomenal job for the Braves, as well as Nico Sanelli. But should be a good game today. Braves looking for another shutout against Sterling. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll have soccer just about underway. You listen to Ottawa University Men's Soccer on the Brave Sports Network and KOFO.com.
Looking for a better rate of return on your savings? Arvest Bank is ready to help with great rates on certificates of deposit. You can earn 5% APY on a 7-month CD or 5.25% APY on a 14-month CD with a minimum deposit of just $1,000. And it's easy to get started. Stop by any one of Arvest's over 200 branch locations to open your account. Other rates and terms are available. Arvest Bank, member FDIC.
Have you ever thought about why listening to the radio is better for you than spending all your time staring at your phone? We are hands-free, so in the car, you can keep your eyes on the road, where they should be. We don't need your personal information, so you don't have to worry about spam from us. And all you have to do is listen, not waste your time scrolling through an endless sea of recipes, memes, and cat videos. Radio, the original social media, and your source for information and entertainment at 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Chris on the call here with you for Ottawa University Men's Soccer. We're going to get some starting lineups here going as they're currently doing it out on the field. We're going to start with Sterling College here. Number 3, Cesar Barritos. Number 4, Angel Jimenez Cortez. Number 5, Cameron Sinclair. Number 8, Juan Sepulveda. Number 9, Matt Dale. Number 10, Matias Lara. Number 11, Keegan Whitbu. Number 12, Jaden Lewis. Number 13, Jonathan Torres. Number 14, Ruben Guzman. And number 42, Marcelo Fuentes. That is your starting lineup for Sterling College. And for Ottawa University in net, it's going to be number 0, Marco De Sofera. The defender, number 4, Filippo Della Pasqua. The midfielder, number 8, Jack Hatswell, as well as captain. The forward, number 9, Slobodan Novacevic. The forward, number 16, Bensay Molnar. The forward, number 17, Hale Scott. The midfielder, number 19, Alonzo Basari. Midfielder, number 20, Matt Myers. The defender, number 21, Felipe Patierna. Defender, number 23, Santiago Ribollito. And last but not least, the defender, number 33, Pedro Melo, which is something really interesting to see. Pedro, a transfer into Ottawa this year. There was a time where it looked like Pedro was going to be just on the coaching staff because he got hurt at the beginning of the year, but now he's worked his way back up all the way to varsity, and now he's starting here in the playoffs. Super exciting for Pedro and the Melo family, as he has played some good ball here at Ottawa University, and he has earned his right. So it's going to be really fun to see what the Braves can do here at Advent Health, and it's going to be fun to see if they can advance to the semifinals with a defeat against, well, I guess I should say a victory against Sterling College, giving Sterling a defeat. Couple of things to think about today. We kind of mentioned this on the last before the last break. Is that Sterling plays on grass, so maybe that could have a little bit of an effect of how well they play today. Obviously, they have plenty of experience playing on turf, but not as much as the Braves. I mean, the ball moves a lot faster on turf, and it is a huge advantage when you play on grass. Against a team that only plays on turf. Ottawa University has played, I believe, only 2 or 3 games on grass this entire year, and one of it was against Sterling College, and they won that game. So you can only imagine that they're going to be a little bit more clinical against Sterling today. But again, they're coming off of a game against Sterling. So you go up against an opponent where you get to make the adjustments in the next game. And Ottawa, could even come out with the same game plan because it worked last time. So it'll be interesting what the coaching staff does here today. And it's going to be a lot of fun to watch, that's for sure. Braves, they're 12-1 in the KCAC. It has been a long time since they have last had a non-win. So they've really been clicking recently. And hopefully that continues here on the playoffs, because this is a do or die situation for both teams. Winning, you continue. Lose, and you're done for the season. Especially at this point, the Braves, they have national hopes. But if they want to get a bid, they got to at least probably get to the championship for that to happen. So players out there, Braves, they're sporting their all gold uniforms, gold shorts, socks, and shirt. So a very bright kit out there for him, the classic home. And Sterling with the navy blue kits with the pinstripes horizontally across the front of the shirt. So ball is out to the front. A couple of players for Sterling tying their shoes. Referee making his last checks. And it'll be Sterling College with kickoff to begin this game. A couple of fans pouring in here for the Braves. We talked to actually one of the varsity reserve players, Tom, just before this game as we kick off now. He said that they're going to bring the energy every goal that Ottawa makes or anytime they need it. Here we go. Ball's sent out to the side. It's Toby Whittem on the far side. It'll go out for a throw-in. Whittem's going to just toss it into Alonzo Basari. Hatswell, he'll play it off to Myers. Myers sprints back to drop it back to Patty Erna. Patty Erna working it up the near flank. Look to go long. This one's deflected. And Sterling going to pick up the possession, but they'll turn it right back over before a foul is going to get called against Ottawa University. So, good chance here for Sterling College. Free kick just here on the right side of the pitch, the near side, I should say. Sterling, they really need to make a statement in this game. They were not able to pull off an upset against the Braves a week ago, nor were they able to find a goal, but they had plenty of shots on goal. Gate got plenty of chances. This free kick, it's inside, nodded straight up in the air. The keeper's down, though. Foul is called. And very fortunate. That ball was headed up by Ribollito practically a mile. But De Safera was down, and if that ball came down and Sterling just had any shot that was kind of hurled towards the goal, they would have had no chance, the Braves. So, real quick, a little bit of injury that they're just going to check out. Referee, he goes over and makes sure Cameron Sinclair of the Warriors is okay, and he is. And play is resumed. Molnar, nice move from Myers. So he gets around a couple of players, now drops it out back towards Ribollito. Plenty of space there. He'll skip a level, gets it over to Basari. And now Pedro Mello. And back to Patty Erna. Ball's knocked away by Sterling. It was Keegan Whitboo who knocked that one out. Now ball's up to Slobodan Novacevic before Sterling will steal it at midfield. Now the Braves, they're going to get it right back. Novacevic with the ball, looking to try and play one in. A beautiful ball inside. Sterling trying to defend. Here's Cale Scott. Oh, he got around the defender, but offside. The flag had been up actually for quite some time. Referee probably should have called something a lot earlier. And unfortunately, there was nothing called for quite a while, so that definitely created a lot of confusion here. But the Braves looked dangerous to begin this one. Ball's played up by Sterling, picked up by the Braves. Warriors, though, win it back in their defensive side, dropping it all the way back to the keeper. That is Fuentes. Now Sinclair on the near side, gets it up forward. Ball goes over the head of De La Pascua, and De Safera says he's got it. He'll dribble it back into his box where he can pick it up. Ribollito now. Near side, Novacevic makes a nice play. And Melo going to send it up forward. Here's Molnar. He's offside, as according to the AR, and definitely was. It looked like he had a long step. But the Braves, they've played very vertical so far. And to an extent, it's working. Those runs obviously have been a little bit too much. So it's been a good start, though, for the Braves. Ball's dropped up all the way to the box. De Safera picks it up, and Pascua with it once again. Really interesting to see that Sterling's possessions are so dynamic. They're going directly to the goal. It doesn't feel like they're really trying to make any passes, and they've turned the ball over a lot. The Braves look like they're trying to get out to the wings and then, play a long ball forward, try and slot somebody in to make a run towards the goal. And for the Braves, it's not worked just yet, but they have looked a lot better on offense than Sterling has so far. On the far side, a foul. It'll be in favor of the Braves. Ball's kind of knocked away by one of the Warriors players, and Hatswell didn't like that. Patty Erna gets it up to Molnar. Molnar dropping it back. Myers does a nice move to corral that ball. Tried to play one in to Novacevic. Instead, taken away by Sinclair. Ball all the way back to Fuentes. And Myers. Ball ends up trickling down to Molnar. Molnar plays one into the box. This one easily taken away by Fuentes. Fuentes palming the ball, looking for somebody to distribute it to here. He'll toss it out. Taken away by Molnar pretty quickly, though, before Sterling would pick the ball right back up. Long ball down the near side. Rejected by the first-teamer Pascua. And Basari just going to lightly play this one back before now Melo with it. Ribollito gets it out to Patty Erna. Patty Erna tried to play it line. Instead, ran out of real estate. Sterling playing around with it in the back. Now going to send a long ball up. Braves going to win this one. Melo. His ball through would just go across the far touchline and throw in here for the Warriors. And now ball comes up the near side, and the Italian general, he'll take it away. And a nice long ball forward. Oh, it's going to catch the run of Cale Scott. He'll head it on to Novacevic. Oh, and the touch was just too heavy. Oh, that could have been a great chance there for the Braves. The long ball was sent so far, and Sterling's been playing pretty high up at times, and it kind of just skipped off the head of Cortez. And it ended up finding the feet of Kale Scott. He tried to play it forward, but Novacevic wasn't able to claim that one perfectly. Down at the far flank, throw in for the Warriors. It's tossed in right about midfield, just right at entering that third part where a shot is going to go off the crossbar from way downtown. Was the Warriors with a blast. That one, thank goodness, did not fall into the back of the net. A couple of players down here. Trainer's going to come out. For Sterling, it was Matthias Lara who was down, but he looks to be okay for the Braves. I believe it is Patty Erna who hit the deck. He's going to hop up. Oh, and he may have a bloody nose. Martin Basso will check in for Patty Erna here as he goes and takes a seat. Meanwhile, it will be a throw-in on the far side as play resumes for the Warriors. Ball at the corner of the penalty area. Molnar with speed. He goes and collects it for the Braves. Trying to get it forward. Can't get the ball off his foot. He'll get it over to Basari. Basari flicks it forward to Scott. Scott with a good chance here. He's going to play it across the goal. Nobody was home on the other side. And Novacevic is going to get called for a foul as one of the Sterling players came across to pick up that ball. But another nice looking possession from the Braves. They've had a couple of chances. Nothing has fallen in the back of the net just yet. Ball at half field, just at the half line, and it'll now go out of bounds for a Sterling throw once again. 36-14 left in the first half, no score. Basso's going to send this one up the line, and it'll be a throw-in. Both teams' possessions have generally not taken very much time. Sterling trying to break free. He'll send the ball all the way to the other side where Scott will just drop it back. Mello now. Gives it to Ribollito. And up to Novacevic, who nods it on. He wanted Basari there, but defense proves to be tough as the Braves pick up the ball before it would be knocked out of bounds. It's a nice play there by Keegan Whitboo. Braves playing with the ball on their back line. Now it's Hatswell. Knocks one forward. This one going to be easily scooped up by Fuentes. Ball on the Braves half. Mello gets whistled for a foul. Free kick just entering the attacking third for Sterling. They haven't had a lot going for them just yet. They had the one shot off the crossbar. It's from about the same distance. This ball, it'll find its way across the end line for a goal kick. Rebollito going to get it upfield. Scott had it poked away from behind him. Braves trying to get the possession back here. Fuentes, or I should say De Sefera, knocks the ball up. And now it's Hatswell. He'll give it to Basso. Basso makes a cut back, and he'll drop it back to Hatswell. Hatswell thought about looking it into the middle. Instead, back to the Italian general. Nice combination by the Braves. Little give and go. Oh, they almost slotted Bassari in. He would have had an open shot. A couple of nice passes between Molnar, Bassari, and Basso. Unfortunately, we're not able to cash in on that opportunity. He was well defended by the Warriors. The defensive half here. Ball is placed back. Out of half field, it's Bassari who claims it for the Braves. Now Hatswell, he'll send it over to Mello on the far side. And a ball up, way up in the air. It's won by Ottawa. Hatswell at about midfield. He'll drop one forward, seeing if he can find Scott with pace. Not a shot. This one, oh, just wide right of the net. But it is a corner, it looks like. Took a deflection maybe off the foot of the defender next to him or off the hand of the keeper. So a goal kick for Ottawa, and they have been so electric in these opportunities. Here's Patty Erna. He checks back in for Martin Basso. It's Bassari to take the kick. Filippo Della Pasqua, he told me he'd score a goal today. This one hit up in the air. Oh, just barely headed away by Sterling. And now it's Novacevic rejected at the goal line. Back out for a corner kick. Two shots the Braves could have easily had in, except there was a player other than Fuentes, who is the goalkeeper, that was able to notch it away just in time. Here's Scott, makes the cut. He'll drive it inside. This shot's way up in the air and also wide of the target, and it'll be a goal kick. The Braves looked really threatening there. It was Rebollito with the initial header that got over Fuentes, and then the ball trickled back out where Novacevic would pick up the loose ball, just couldn't quite capitalize. Both times, incredible saves from the Sterling defenders. Now, at midfield, Bassari going to send one forward, trying to find Scott. Scott gets it before it's poked away, and for a throw-in for Ottawa in the attacking third once again. They've played really aggressive the last couple minutes here, the Braves. Ball's out of bounds. Mello throws it in here. Give us to Scott. Now a ball sent forward. Rebollito using that big frame of his to fend off the opposer there. And the Braves just going to manage fairly easily here on their defensive side. Patty Erna gets it up to Molnar. Patty Erna slotted through. Took too heavy of a touch and cleared away by Sterling. Ball's tossed in and Myers with it. sends one forward. Wants to find Scott there. Couldn't quite get it to him. Now on the far side, going to get it all the way back to the Sterling, where Sterling would like to have the ball in the Braves half. And something to note here, the Braves, they've been able to get numbers forward so far recently. Sterling has had one person up really at the true striker position the last real 10, 15 minutes. It's going to be a little bit of a stoppage here. Basari is down. He hops up on his own power. The referee's going to attend to him real quick. Took a good knock there. Now back into play here. 28 minutes to go in the first half. 0-0 the score, but the Braves, they've threatened. On the far side, trying to get around Mello before he wins the ball. Della Pasqua with it. And out of bounds once again. Ball's played into Hatswell. Pasqua, Hatswell again. And they're going to switch the field over to Ribollito. A lot of space there for him. Now working it all the way up the field to Basari. Can he get his foot on this one? He does, and it'll be just poked away by the defense there. On the far side, I believe that was Barrientos who notched it away. Now Patty Erna with it. Trying to work around his defender, stolen away. Nice play there by Keegan Whitboo. And now taking it down the near side. A little 2-on-3 situation. Stolen away, though. Braves stand tall once again on the defensive side of things. Patty Erna, diagonal through ball to Scott. Oh, it made a nice ball there, but the touch failed Cale Scott on the far side. Warriors going to try and just play a long ball. It hasn't worked today. 26 minutes to go. Still neither team has scored. Giveaway here by the Braves. Attacking the Warriors. A shot that's going to go nowhere, but ooh. Staying relentless there for the Warriors as they're going to win a throw-in deep in Braves territory. Throwing it in is Lewis. Drop it inside. Patty Erna to try and clear. It will still go as far as Guzman. And back out for another Warriors throw. Molnar on the near side. Basari. Hello. We'll just drop it back to Ribollito. And Hatswell in the middle. He's got plenty of space here. Looks for the long ball. He wants Basari, and he'll find him. Oh, and Alonzo Basari kind of trips up on his own feet. Meanwhile, Sterling just trying to work it out of the back. That ball will go out of bounds. Ottawa throw. Nice job by Mello to kind of shield off the Sterling player there. Trying to win it for Sterling was Jonathan Torres. Here's Hatswell. Sterling with a nice win here on the near side before it goes out of bounds. Myers for the Braves going to send it up. And the outside backs for Sterling have played pretty deep into their own side most of this half. Here's Basari with it once again. He'll flick it forward. Novacevic now. Try to play one in. Instead, it'll go off of the Sterling defender and out for a throw-in. Novacevic knocked it off of Sinclair. And now we saw how dangerous the last corner kick on that far side was for the Braves. It was Rebo Yuta with the header. A lot of goal scorers here up for the Braves. And it's Della Pasqua. He headed it towards the goal. It was knocked away. Braves in the box. Couldn't find it. No, Rebo Yuta, a shot that just gets knocked back off. And trying to set it back up is Basari. He'll play it in and nod it away once again. Nice little counterattack opportunity here for Sterling. Patierna showcases his speed and gets back. On the near side, going to play one in. Rebo Yuta rejects that one. Mello now. Plays it all the way back towards the Sterling defense, and they look to try and play it out. A couple of short passes here. It is beautiful weather out here for soccer. 22 minutes to go. Foul is going to be called against the Braves. Referee will draw back. Ottawa players 10 yards. Gives his little spray of where the line is. It'll be an in-swinger set piece if they decide not to shoot. It's Angel Jimenez Cortez. To take the free kick here for the Warriors. One taking a lot of time here. Clock has been stopped. 21:52 to go here in the first half. Still 0-0. And it's inside. Header straight up in the air. Now Rebo Yuta. And Mello will give it a nice little clearance up towards Scott. Scott somehow gets away. He had a Warrior all over him. Now foul can be coming out. Ball was played up to Molnar, and now Sterling, they just can't find the good crosses so far. Throwing it in is Lewis. Patierna tried to take it away. There was Whitbu, who probably should have been called for dangerous play. He was playing with it on the ground while there were players in the area. Foul's going to get called against the Warriors. The hand of Whitbu caught the face of Jack Hatswell. And the Braves just going to restart play in their back end. Myers with it at midfield now. Sends it forward to Scott before it would be repelled the other direction before Hatswell would pick it right back up. couple of headers, and now Mello sends it on down towards Novacevic. And it'll get played out of bounds for another Braves throw-in. Ball knocked in, Mello. Now it's Basari. Give is back to Myers. Or Patty Erna now with it. And Molnar, come on, Braves. Looking to get things set up. Meanwhile, Sterling with 5 players back on the back line, and a foul going to get called against Sterling College. So a free kick here, it'll be Basari. Another nice set piece opportunity for the Braves. Many of the fans thought that this fiery offense of Ottawa might even already have a goal. 19 minutes left in the first half. Basari plays one in. It was headed by Della Pasqua. Hatswell will pick it up. Now played back in by the Braves, but it will fall back to Ottawa once again as it was cleared away. Patty Erna shot from way downtown. This one well wide of the target. And the Braves once again are going to retreat back as the Warriors have a goal kick. Substitution here for the Warriors. Checking in is going to be Stevie Kama as he replaces Matt Dale. Braves have shifted their outside strikers. Molnar's in the middle, Novacevic on the right side, Scott on the left now. As Scott actually is going to check out now as Vladan Pavlovic checks in, the Serbian. Play on, says the referee, as Pavlovic was taken down. Pavlovic with it now. He'll drop it inside. Ball goes all the way over towards Mello. And the Braves, they'll play it in. Ball was over the head of everyone, and now Sterling with it once again. It has been so interesting to see that Sterling defensively have had so many numbers back. They're really not going to be getting a lot of offensive chances as they don't have a lot of numbers that they're throwing towards the goal. And I think it's a good game plan here if you're Sterling. Della Pasqua makes a nice play. Hatswell over to Pavlovic, and now Basari on the near flank. Oh, he thought that Pavlovic was going to keep going, and instead that'll just go out for a goal kick once again. So Fuentes to send it out for Sterling College. He'll play it short to Sinclair. Whitboo with it before he'd get fouled by Patty Erna. Some of the Braves players booing, but it was the right call. He had his hands over the shoulders, kind of holding back Whitboo. So the free kick here sent in over the head of all the Braves players. Novacevic sends a backwards kick. And a shot from Sterling. This one is from so far back, it'll actually go through the field goal. So still 0-0. Neither team has been able to get any super great opportunities. The Braves, they had a couple of nice corner kicks where they had some headers that were going in towards the goal. Here's a ball that's going to go all the way up towards Hatswell, where offside is going to get called. But the Braves, they had a couple of really nice shots that were saved by players other than Fuentes, who is the goalkeeper for Sterling. Ball's inside to Myers. Basari now gets it over to Pavlovic, and with his speed, he gets around the defender. And a nice tackle here by Jaden Lewis. It would have been a pretty easy cross for Pavlovic. But Lewis, very clinical play there. That's going to be an interesting matchup to watch there. Pavlovic plays it into Basari. He's got some space. Back into Pavlovic, and a shot. Oh, plays it back out to Molnar, where he's going to get tripped up. No foul is called. And now there it is. The penalty kick has been awarded to Ottawa University. And it looked like Molnar, he was clearly tripped originally, and there was no foul called there. And I think it was because he still had the ball at his feet, and he picked back up, and then he would get fouled again. And I think that really that call was called because of the first contact there. And a yellow card now going to be given to Sterling. As Novacevic, it appears, will take the penalty kick for Ottawa University. Indeed, it will be Novacevic. Referee giving his instructions real quick. It's Novacevic versus Fuentes. Can he finish here? The Braves, they could be on top 1-0 here in the quarterfinals at Advent Health Field. Slobodan Novacevic, the second teamer. His shot is going to be rejected at the net. Beautiful save by Fuentes. He guesses the right direction, and the Braves couldn't punch it home on the penalty kick. And if you thought that that was a surefire goal, what a save by Fuentes. Novacevic. It was a good taken penalty kick, headed towards the side netting, but unfortunately not finished by the Braves. Mello now. Novacevic nods it on. Jack Hatswell a shot, this one on the ground and wide. Fuentes with a goal kick here. And man, he has got to feel proud of himself. You make a big-time playoff save like that. The Braves, though, don't look like the momentum has been killed at all. Instead, Hatswell, with a little fury in his step, drops it back to Mello. And Myers inside. Sterling trying to pocket the ball from him. There is Patty Erna now. And Pavlovic, who has made a good impact as soon as he came into this game. Della Pasqua now, back to Hatswell, where the Braves just going to play pass a little bit there. Patty Erna, near side, curved through ball, and knocked away by the Warriors and out for a corner kick. The Braves playing like they're angry right now. Since that penalty kick, I'm not sure that Sterling has really even had the ball for more than a couple seconds. Here's Hatswell to take the corner kick. As I mentioned earlier, Della Pasqua, he promised me a goal directly just before this game. The corner kick's in. It's actually Pasqua it was Novacevic who got on top of that one, but it was headed past the post, and it'll be a goal kick once again. The Braves have looked so good on corner kicks every game this year, essentially. It's not common that you have several defenders with a bunch of goals in Pasqua and Wyatt, who isn't in the game currently. Pasqua gives it over to Rebollito. Nice flick on by Novacevic. Molnar, shot into the back. The Braves have scored here in the quarterfinals of the KCAC tournament. They're on top of Sterling College, 1-0. And the Braves, they celebrate on the far corner. Ottawa University capitalizes. And what a beautiful assist there by Slobodan Novacevic. It's the second teamer to the first teamer. An all KCAC sandwich. And the Braves, they're on the board here in the first half. 11 minutes to go. Ottawa University, they lead 1-0 against Sterling College. And it has felt like the pressure here at the stadium has built as they have been just waiting for a goal. The Braves have looked so clinical, just weren't able to notch one home just yet. And here the fans doing their classic disco dance and creating quite the ruckus. It is awesome to watch. Braves fans starting to get fired up here as Hatswell at midfield. He'll give it off to Basari. And times in a game that you've played really well offensively and just haven't been able to find the goal, it seems after you find it one time that the goals start flooding in. We'll see if that's the case here. Mello back to Hatswell. We might see a bit of a change of game plan here by Sterling as they've had not very many numbers forward the entire game. But now if they want to continue their season, they're going to have to at least score one goal. Myers with a win. But a foul is called. Ball out to the near side. It's Whitboo. Give is off to Lewis and right back. Whitboo dancing around with it at midfield, plays it inside, and yes, definitely much more hop to their step here for Sterling before the Braves. They'll take away the ball. Pavlovic plays it on to Novacevic. Can he get on the other end? He does! Deflected away by Fuentes. Another big-time save is what a beautiful run by Novacevic. He just couldn't notch it home. Stella Pasqua plays it on, and now it's played in towards De Sefera, where he'll pick it up. Hatswell with it once again. All the way up to Novacevic, and they're going to say the ball went across the touchline. Now, throwing for Sterling. Ball's dropped back to Basari. Basari plays it back to Mello. Rebollito now. Drops inside to Hatswell. And that one's going to go off of a Warrior and out for a Braves throw, just about at midfield. Mello tosses it in to Pavlovic. Here's Myers with it. Back to Patty Erna. The Braves continuing to possess. Up to Molnar now. Back into Patty Erna. A little 1-2 combination. Nice play from Novacevic to Pavlovic. A shot. It's wide. Oh, the left foot. He was running out of room. Wasn't able to capitalize, but what a nice ball by Slobodan Novacevic. Sterling substitution. Checking in is going to be number 18, Daniel Stone. He'll replace Jonathan Torres. Della Pasqua. Here's Basari. He's down, but the Warriors continue to attack. It's Pasqua who will shield this one out. Sorry, he'll stand back up. Hatswell, he'll reach out to the referee on the behalf of Basari, saying he felt like it should have been a foul. Referee says no, shoulder-to-shoulder contact. Both were going for the ball. That's what the referee says. Here's Molnar. Novacevic with it now. He'll cut it back. Plays it over towards Pavlovic, who isn't quite able to get on that one. Ball's just dropped back. Sinclair back to Fuentes, and back to once again. Sinclair sends it upfield. And now up on the far side, ball's going to roll across the touchline. Braves throwing once again. And the stands here at Ottawa University have continued to fill up. As probably the most people in attendance for a soccer game thus far. Ball's over to Patierna. Dropped it forward. And a player going to go down. For Sterling, they're going to call a foul against Basari. Patierna with a header. Falls to Hatswell. Riboito now with it. The defense have looked well in charge of this for the Braves. And the offense has been having some nice combinations, as well as the one goal that they've had for themselves. It was Novacevic with the assist, Molnar with the goal. Ball played on to Mello. Ball's deflected off of him. And now ball inside to Molnar. Cuts it back. Now across. Oh, he wanted to find Pavlovic, but isn't able to make the play, unfortunately. Ball was hit a little bit too far. On the near side. Riboito header to Hatswell. Molnar. Basari now. Can he find somebody? It's Hatswell. Chips the ball up in the air. Molnar makes a nice touch. Cuts it back towards the goal. Basari now. Into Molnar before picked away by the Sterling defense. Ball up into the midfield. Making a nice play there was Guzman. Now Pavlovic picks it back up for the Braves, and they'll continue wherever they were at. Near side, Patierna. Riboito now. They'll just drop it back. Hatswell give back to Della Pasqua. Braves continuing to be in control here. They're up 1-0. 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the first half. Trying to see if they can find one more. All dropped in. Basari on the far side. He goes down, but not sure what the call is going to be here. They are going to call a foul. And Basari may have milked that one to get a call for the Braves. Almost feels like a little bit of a makeup call, though, for earlier, where Basari hadn't really touched much of the opposing team and then was called for a foul. Basari sent in here. Oh, Della Pasqua got just a bit of a touch on the ball there. Just wasn't able to find it into the back of the net. Ball will go up the near sideline. Reboito now. In the midfield, Braves. Beautiful one-touch passing. Before it would be stolen away. As soon as I said that, kind of felt like a bit of an announcer curse, but Sterling now. Attack on the far side, trying to play one in. Reboito, though, easily claims. Nice ball through by Basari. It's Pavlovic, under a minute to go. Plays it in. Oh, on the far side would have been Molnar, but Fuentes was able to corral it out of the air. 35 seconds, Braves up 1-0. Like to get another chance before the end of the half. Sterling, meanwhile, just trying to find an equalizer if they can. Myers goes down. He'll be fouled, so this will probably be the last chance of the half. Patierna. Long ball down to Novicevic. Can he make a big play here? Oh, they're going to call a foul on him. That'll be coming out, and that's probably going to take us to the end of the half, and indeed it does. Ottawa University, they go to halftime here at Advent Health Field. They lead 1-0 off of a goal from Bence Molnar, assisted by Slobodan Novicevic. But the Braves in good position here as they continue this quarterfinal match in the second half. We're going to take a break, and we'll do a little bit of halftime analysis here on the Brave Sports Network and KOFO.com.
We're talking with parents and their students on move-in day at Ottawa University.
Angie Lawton, Covington, Louisiana.
What is it you like about your son attending Ottawa University?
I love the size of the school. Love that about him, so it's smaller so he can get used to it.
And you are?
Chase Lawton.
What made you decide to pursue your education at Ottawa University?
I really like the size as well. I wasn't really happy with going with a large campus. I kind of like how I could get to know everything way faster.
Ottawa University, preparing students for a life of significance. Find out more by visiting ottawa.edu. There's something for everyone at Primetime Grill. Burgers, salads, sandwiches, entrees, all the best tasting and delicious Kansas cuisine. Enjoy the full-service bar, exceptional service, one-of-a-kind atmosphere with so many screens you'll know why they say, when it's game time, it's prime time. Primetime Grill in South Ottawa, open 7 days a week.
Learning to work as part of a team is a trait that not only benefits students and athletes now, but can help them as leaders of tomorrow. This is Eric Price, funeral director and owner of Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Homes, proud to sponsor this sports broadcast on KOFO. Visit lamb-roberts.com.
Whether you're tackling an opponent on the field or tackling a weekend project at home, injuries happen. When they do, you'll be glad Advent Health Ottawa's emergency department and board-certified staff is there to help get you back in the game. At Advent Health Ottawa, nothing is more important than you. Visit adventhealthottawa.com.
This is Walt Dangle of Dangle & Son Mortuary. Our desire is to provide the very best in funeral service. Our commitment has helped us reach that goal. We will always strive to reach higher. This is Dangle & Son Mortuary, setting the standard for funeral service.
Looking for a better rate of return on your savings? Arvest Bank is ready to help with great rates on certificates of deposit. You can earn 5% APY on a 7-month CD or 5.25% APY on a 14-month CD with a minimum deposit of just $1,000. And it's easy to get started. Stop by any one of Arvest's over 200 branch locations to open your account. Other rates and terms are available. Arvest Bank, member FDIC.
Chris on the call here with you at halftime for men's soccer here in the KCAC tournament. It's playoffs, and the Braves currently they lead 12 shots to 3, 4 shots on goal. They've had 4 corners, no saves, because that's been just how good of a defensive game it's been for the Braves, and that's partly due to how Sterling College has been attacking this Braves team. So Ottawa University, they lead 1-0. They had the penalty kick that they missed. It could have been 2-0 if you add that on, but a beautiful save by Fuentes. Also, you had a couple of saves on a corner kick where Ottawa University had some headers that went towards the goal beyond the keeper, but there were some goal line defenders able to clear it out. And there again, I mean, easily could have been a goal on that corner kick that happened. 2 shots that happened twice. So it's been some clinical play from Sterling as far as saves. And for Ottawa, they've been playing well. And if they continue to do exactly what they're doing, they're going to come away with a win and move on to the semifinals, which I believe is in Wichita. I'm not 100% sure. But it's been a good night so far for the Braves. There's not really a lot of adjusting that they need to do, but we're going to take another break. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about what Sterling might need to do here in the second half to try and climb back into this one, just down 1-0. You're listening to Ottawa University Men's Soccer on the Brave Sports Network and KOFO.com.
We're talking with parents and their students on move-in day at Ottawa University.
Angie Lawton, Covington, Louisiana.
What is it you like about your son attending Ottawa University?
I love the size of the school. Love that about him. So it's smaller so he can get used to it.
And you are?
Chase Lawton.
What made you decide to pursue your education at Ottawa University?
I really like the size as well. I wasn't really happy with going with a large campus. I kind of like how I could get to know everything way faster.
Ottawa University, preparing students for a life of significance. Find out more by visiting ottawa.edu.
At CarStar Ottawa, we consider paintless dent repair the best course of action when repairing minor dents and dings on your vehicle. CarStar Ottawa, 402 North Main Street. Relax, we'll take it from here.
Wintertime is a time for tires at Beanie's Body Shop and Repair. Now through November, you can get up to a $100 rebate on a set of 4 qualifying Cooper tires and 50% off alignments. Call Beanie's Body Shop and Repair, 785-242-4082.
Quality Structures is helping you build the rural American dream today. No more some days. Whether you're wanting a garage for your toys, a riding arena for your horses, or storage for your equipment, Quality Structures is there. Visit Quality Structures in Richmond or online at qualitystructures.com. Kansas State Bank supports the hometown team because when you visit Kansas State Bank, you're banking with hometown people you know, with convenient drive-through hours, loan officers with decades of experience, and their new digital banking suite. Find out more at mykansasstatebank.com. Member FDIC.
I'm John Newhouse of Newco Concrete. From our first contact with you to the cleanup when we're done, you'll find our staff and crew to be professional, respectful, and reliable. That's the only way we do business at Newco Concrete.
Visit online at newcoconcrete.com.
Approaching or starting your retirement can be incredibly overwhelming. This is Parker Olmstead with Impact Wealth Planners. Call us to find out more about the Impact Wealth Planners retirement checklist at 785-214-6500 or visit impactwealthplanners.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial. Investment advice offered through V Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor.
Back here at Ottawa University for KOFO and the Brave Sports Network. Chris on the call here. It's halftime as Ottawa University, they lead 1-0. And so far, it has looked very dominant for only being 1-0 for the Braves. Continuously offensively, they've had some great chances. Good looks off of really beautiful passing. And I think that they've got, I mean, if they continue doing what they're doing, this game could be blown open very quickly. But as far as Sterling, something that we've seen this entire game is they played with a lot of defenders back. I mean, there's been 5 back at some points, sometimes even 6. And then also for Sterling, you only ever really see one striker up at the top. unless they're in transition, then every once in a while they'll get to a normal 2 or 3. But instead, that's really held them back from really being able to capitalize on any chances, and they haven't had any shots on goal, actually, Sterling. The only chance they had, which was a really ambitious shot from pretty much halfway in between the 18-yard box and half field, a shot that did strike off the crossbar, but that was about it. And Sterling, they might need to change their formation, focus a little bit more on attack, because they have to get a goal to save their season. If they don't, that's the end. They're packing up and going home. And otherwise, I mean, you kind of wonder, though, do you have to continue to stay playing how you are, hoping to get a goal on the counterattack and tie it up 1-1 and then hopefully go to overtime, maybe penalty kicks and win the game? That might be what you do if you're Sterling. But at the same time, the Braves have had success on the offensive end anyway. I think Sterling's going to have to get a little bit more aggressive if they want to get back into this game. But for Ottawa University, I mean, they're playing phenomenal, all parts of the ball. They've possessed, it feels like 70% at least this entire game, and they're getting shots. They're getting shots on goal. And on the defensive side, they haven't even allowed a shot on goal the entire game. So the Braves, they're doing exactly what they need to do. We're going to take another break. And when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about some of the playoffs here in the KCAC. You're listening to Ottawa University Men's Soccer on the Brave Sports Network.
Your pets can suffer from seasonal allergies too, with annoying itching on their faces, feet, and ears that can last for days. Ottawa Veterinary Hospital can help them ditch the itch with allergy medication specifically formulated for small animals. And not so small ones too. Call 785-242-3538 today for a less itchy tomorrow.
Tired of the same old breakfast options? Switch it up and check out the Grub and Chug breakfast menu. Breakfast is served all day long, Tuesday through Sunday. Come and get your grub on at 306 South Main Street in downtown Ottawa. And go Cyclones!
Get to know your technicians at All Seasons Air Conditioning and Heating.
Hi, I'm Quidel Hunt. I'm an installer for All Seasons Air Conditioning and Heating.
Why is training so important in your line of work at All Seasons?
Training is important to make sure I'm doing everything properly, make sure I'm staying up to code, and just making sure I'm doing everything correctly and safely. I mean, I just think about it like it's my house. I want somebody that's going to come in there and take care of me like I would want to be taken care of.
Call All Seasons Air Conditioning and Heating and now Plumbing at 8888 Airman, or visit their new location at 233 West 23rd in South Ottawa, keeping you comfortable in all seasons.
When it comes to jewelry, the fit is important, not just on your finger, but on your wallet. Hi, this is Lindsay Sutton at Sutton's Jewelry in downtown Ottawa, where we work to fit your ring to fit your budget. Diamonds come in all shapes and sizes and price ranges. The last thing we want is for you to think you can't afford a beautiful new ring. Come see our selection at Sutton's Jewelry, 213 South Main, downtown, where there's no high-pressure sales. We just want to be sure the fit on your finger matches the fit on your finances. You've got it made at Sutton's Jewelry.
We're talking with parents and their students on move-in day at Ottawa University.
Angie Lawton, Covington, Louisiana.
What is it you like about your son attending Ottawa University?
I love the size of the school. Love that about him. So it's smaller so he can get used to it.
And you are?
Chase Lawton.
What made you decide to pursue your education at Ottawa University?
I really like the size as well. I wasn't really happy with going with a large campus. I kind of like how I could get to know everything way faster.
Ottawa University, preparing students for a life of significance. Find out more by visiting ottawa.edu.
Welcome back here to Advent Health Field at Ottawa University. Chris on the call here with you. Braves, they lead 1-0 at halftime, and it's been a dominant game. We've talked about it all half. A couple of key players for the Braves so far have been Slobodan Novacevic. I mean, he has an assist on the game, and his balls that he's been playing in have been phenomenal. He lays the ball off better than anybody on this team, maybe. Alonzo Basari also has been a big part of the ball distribution, as well as Jack Hatswell. Matt Myers playing very strong also in the midfield. Every time it feels like there have been players right on his back, and he's been able to possess the entire time. So it's been fantastic for the Braves so far. And I feel like a key player here in the second half is going to be how well does the defense play? Can they shut out Sterling College? So you got Santiago Ribulito, you got Patrick White if he comes in here in the second half, as well as the Italian general, Filippo Della Pasqua. And I think that's going to be some of your most key players here in the second half. We're going to take another break here. You're listening to Ottawa University on the Brave Sports Network and KOFO.com.
There's something for everyone at Primetime Grill. Burgers, salads, sandwiches, entrees, all the best tasting and delicious Kansas cuisine. Enjoy the full-service bar, exceptional service, one-of-a-kind atmosphere with so many screens you'll know why they say, when it's game time, it's prime time. Primetime Grill in South Ottawa, open 7 days a week.
At a time of loss, you're already dealing with grief. The cost of a funeral service shouldn't add to it. This is Eric Price, funeral director and owner of Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Homes, providing affordable services for everyone. Find out more by visiting lamb-roberts.com.
Whether you're tackling an opponent on the field or tackling a weekend project at home, injuries happen. When they do, you'll be glad Advent Health Ottawa's emergency department and board-certified staff is there to help get you back in the game. At Advent Health Ottawa, nothing is more important than you. Visit AdventHealthOttawa.com.
This is Walt Dangle of Dangle & Son Mortuary. Our desire is to provide the very best in funeral service. Our commitment has helped us reach that goal. We will always strive to reach higher. This is Dangle & Son Mortuary, setting the standard for funeral service.
Looking for a better rate of return on your savings? Arvest Bank is ready to help with great rates on certificates of deposit. You can earn 5% APY on a 7-month CD or 5.25% APY on a 14-month CD with a minimum deposit of just $1,000. And it's easy to get started. Stop by any one of Arvest's over 200 branch locations to open your account. Other rates and terms are available. Arvest Bank, member FDIC.
We're talking with parents and their students on move-in day at Ottawa University.
Angie Lawton, Covington, Louisiana.
What is it you like about your son attending Ottawa University?
I love the size of the school. Love that about him. So it's smaller so he can get used to it.
And you are?
Chase Lawton.
What made you decide to pursue your education at Ottawa University?
I really like the size as well. I wasn't really happy with going with a large campus. I kind of like how I could get to know everything way faster.
Ottawa University, preparing students for a life of significance. Find out more by visiting ottawa.edu.
Welcome back here to Advent Health Field, Ottawa University, as we're getting ready for some second half action. Ottawa University starting to waltz back out on the field. There's a couple minutes on the clock. Or not a couple minutes, I should say, just a couple seconds on the clock as Sterling also, they make their way out to the opposite side of the pitch. Both teams going to switch sides here as Ottawa, they lead 1-0 going into the darker part of the game. It's starting to get a little bit dark out. The lights have now come on, and imagine that the fans are going to start showing back up here. A lot of times at Ottawa University, it feels like the fans will, well, a lot of them are students. They go to the cafeteria during halftime, and then they come flooding back in at the start of the second half. The Braves, they lead 1-0. I think the important part is that they find another goal here in the second half, get some insurance. The Sterling team can be feisty. We saw they had a 2-2 draw against Oklahoma Wesleyan, the team that won the conference, who defeated Ottawa very handily, actually, and is probably the favorite going into this. Probably is the favorite going into the tournament, you would imagine, being the team that won the conference. But I think the Braves are a great dark horse option. Being the number 2 seed, I think they could easily take down any team that they play as we get set here for second half action. Ottawa with kickoff. It's Pavlovich. Play it back to Hatswell, and we are back underway. Excited for some second half action here. Braves trying to put the hammer down and advance to the semifinals. It's Patty Erna who tried to play it forward. At halftime, waltzing around with it is Whitboo. And something to note is Vladen Pavlovich is starting the second half. He came in partway through, but he played a really nice about 20 minutes for the Braves when he came in. Here is Patty Erna going to just toss one in to Filippo Della Pasqua. De Safera now. Give us over to Ribollito, and the Braves haven't really lost possession since they started this half. Gonna send one forward to Hatswell. Hatswell trying to slot in Jevin Purcell-Jackson, this is his first minutes of the game so far. One of the best players 1v1. I don't think there's anybody in the NAIA that would want any part of that. Here, a yellow card going to be given over to Lewis as Purcell-Jackson was taken down. And he's still down. Little conversation here with Hatswell and the referee. It's Purcell-Jackson starting to get up as the trainer comes out there.
At 306 South Main.
Purcell-Jackson still down here. He'll finally hop up here. Hopefully he's okay. He just got on the pitch here in the second half. Such a key piece to this Ottawa team. He's had plenty of brilliant moments here as a Brave. He'll step off the far side of the pitch and get attended to. Meanwhile, Basari to take a free kick for Ottawa University. Bensei Molnar is going to check back in here, as him and Novacevic went to take a rest to begin the second half. But that rest is going to have to be abbreviated there for Molnar, as finally we are going to be back underway. Ball's knocked up in the air. The Braves, Mello headed it back in towards a couple of the players, but he was offside. And you don't see an outside back being offside very often. Braves getting physical, trying to win the ball back here. Foul instead is going to get called. Finds its way over to Patty Erna. Molnar now. Sends it forward. Fuentes scoops it up, though. Things have seemed pretty slow here to begin this second half. Still 42 minutes to go in regulation. Foul's going to get called against Patty Erna as he was reaching over the back of Whitboo. So a free kick at about half field for Sterling. And free kicks and set pieces might just be how Ottawa gets this game, or how Sterling gets this game changed into their favor, as they've really not gotten anything going in play. They played very tough defensively, though, fending off beautiful combinations from the Braves. Here another. This one, it's probably very possible they could shoot. It's not far out, but it's just a very wide angle. To take it is going to be Matias Lara, one of the captains here. He'll play it in. Delapasqua, though, just sends it the other way, and now Pavlovic with the steal. Good chance here for the Braves if they can make it, capitalize on it. Gets it forward to Cale Scott. Scott makes a touch, shot. It's in the back of the net. They find the second goal here. Cale Scott on the pass from Vladen Pavlovic. They make it 2-0, finding some insurance here in the playoffs. And the Braves dancing here at Advent Health Field. What a start here to begin the second half. And this was all Pavlovic. He made a beautiful steal right at half field with that beautiful speed. Sends a long ball. It may have been a touch wide of where he would have liked it, but Cale Scott, he fields it just fine. And instead, he's going to send that one with the right foot near post into the back of the net. Cale Scott, the freshman, with a goal in the playoffs for the Braves, and it's 2-0. It is a great time here to be a Brave. Has kickoff once again after the goal is there goes the varsity reserves once again with their chance. As the Braves once again getting at it on far side. Pavlovic plays it back into Scott and have a chance here. Oh, and it goes over the bar. Vladen Pavlovic. He is having himself a day ever since he came in here, but that was Molnar on the far side. Found Pavlovic a very beautiful ball. But the Braves continue to look dominant. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw in here. Mello will give it in to Pavlovic, and now Scott trying to keep it in bounds. No, it'll go across the end line. Ball just had a little bit too much pace on it. And we're finding that this Pavlovic-Scott connection is something to be reckoned with. Foul is going to get called against Sterling as Basari goes down. So he got drilled in the back. Braves. They've got themselves some insurance, and here, goal differential is not important in the playoffs. What's important is wins or losses. So you wonder if they find another goal, do you just park the bus? Molnar, oh, he shot it off the free kick. It'll be saved and out for a corner kick, but he was so far out, I don't think anybody expected that one to be shot. It was brilliant. It was right down at the bottom corner. On the corner kick, it's just going to go out of bounds for a goal kick very quickly. Ball out of bounds once again, and a throw in for Sterling. Into Pavlovic. Couldn't keep it at his feet. Warriors try to combine. Instead, Pavlovic with it once again. Plays it over to Molnar. Good space here for Molnar. Nice tackle by the Warriors. Braves fans going to complain about that one, but it was beautiful. All ball. Oh, and a foul going to get called against Molnar here as he made a nice tackle on the near side. Sterling going to play it simple off the free kick. Trying to work their way into the half of Ottawa, but no, instead it's Basari dribbling in, cuts it over, and now tried to play it into Pavlovic, but he was a little too heavy. There's been a little bit of miscommunication there at times between Basari and Pavlovic. Braves defense going to drop it all the way back to De Safera. Braves try to work the ball up the near flank before a handball on Sterling. Ball found its way to Scott on the far side, and he'll get fouled. Slobodan Novacevic getting ready to come in pending the substitution. He has a quick conversation with James Cottage, and now he'll step up to the line. Meanwhile, a long ball from Patty Erna just going to be scooped up by Fuentes. Ball finds its way to Patty Erna once again, where he'll win a header. Now dropping one forward. It's Pavlovic, header, saved by Fuentes. Just couldn't muster just enough juice on that ball to get it. He needed to kind of lob that one over the keeper instead. Ball's out for a throw-in. Sterling going to get told to take a step back. It was Barrentos who tried to take that throw in just a little bit further than where it was. Nice tackle by Myers is going to give Sterling another throw in. Ball goat makes its way inside, cleared away by Patty Erna. Sterling tried and work their way down near flank, but Ottawa repels, but they'll keep possession still. Whitboo sends one in. De Safera slides out and gets it for the Braves. Two-0, Ottawa leads. 34 seconds, or 34 minutes, I should say, to go. Stoppage here. It's a foul. It'll be awarded to the Braves. Novacevic still awaits to come back in. Pasqua. That's Pavlovic once again. Ball played back in. Pavlovic with a great chance here. Can he get a shot off? Ball will end up getting deflected back. Pavlovic just too late to get the ball off his foot. Molnar now, near side. Curled through ball, trying to find Scott. Not quite going to get there, but Scott, almost picks the ball up on the far side. Instead, it's Whitboo. They're going to call a foul. Back where Scott was. This will be a dangerous one for the Braves. And it's interesting to always see Rebollito and Pasqua to step up in there. Free kick finds its way to Fuentes and an easy save. But almost every set piece The Braves have a chance to get it up towards the goal. Hatswell steps back into the center back position for the moment, as well as usually Myers, both shorter players. Here's a yellow card that's going to be given to Jack Hatswell. Ball is played down the near side. Hello. Just sends it off of the Sterling player. And some people don't realize how big of a play that is. When you get the ball back in your corner and you can win a throw in for yourself, that is fantastic. It's a nice play there by Pedro Melo. Pavlovic will check out as Novacevic comes back in. And man, he has played really well here for the Braves. Novacevic on the free kick. Tried to just send it out quickly to Molnar, but isn't going to work. Instead, here's Reboito. Melo gives back to Molnar. Great chance here for the Braves. Scott gets it into Novacevic. He was offside. Shot missed anyway. It is interesting to see the off ball movement of Novacevic. He always finds himself in the right spot to make a cheeky little layoff. And then right after he delivers some misdirection with his pass, it's like he gets open for a play in towards the goal. There he got a little bit far down the pitch and allowed himself to be offside. Here's a nice ball that's played into Novacevic. He wasn't offside that time, but nice play by Fuentes is going to halt the Braves offense once again. Under 30 minutes, Braves up 2-0. Ball's over to Molnar. Melo with it. Oh, and it's going to be an own goal. They are trying to slot it into Novacevic, and the ball just went off of the foot of Sinclair, Cameron Sinclair. He'll knock that one into his own goal. Look at this. It's Melo. Sends it in. He was trying to find Novacevic or maybe on the far side, Cale Scott, but Sinclair just was trying to reject that, but the keeper came out towards him, and I don't think he expected that. And that's going to be an own goal, 3-0. That is a game breaker there in favor of Ottawa University. And own goals are some of the hardest things to overcome. I don't know what you do here. They're now down 3-0. You got to throw a bunch of players up because you got to find 3 goals. Braves defense has looked as solid as possible here. Sterling tried to get up the pitch. It was Lewis, but offside he was. There's 29 minutes of regulation. Still plenty of time for the Warriors to get something done, but they need to jumpstart their offense here. The game plan has not really helped Sterling find the back of the net, as they've been trying to play pretty defensively, but now they're at a 3-goal deficit and no goals to show for it, and they've got to throw some more strikers up front or get more people in the midfield, but it still looks as if Sterling playing deep in their own territory. Here's Basari. Drops it back to Reboito. Myers now. Drops it into Basari. Oh, this one's just a little long. Fuentes has been really taking a while to send the ball out here, as at this point, if you're Sterling, you're probably playing with a lot more urgency in your step. Every minute is going to count here, and with how tough Ottawa has been defensively, it is a very tall task to try and score 3 goals, let alone in just one half. And meanwhile, you have to fend off the offense. Here's De Safera, and Sterling definitely pressing a lot more. Not going to allow him to spend any time back there, time wasting, or also trying to steal the ball and see if he can get away with a pretty easy goal. Foul is called here against Ottawa University. Fans not happy about that one. Under 27 minutes now. 3-0 the score. Ottawa searching to move on to the semifinals, and they look to be in the driver's seat so far. Here's Lewis, tried to play one down in towards the offense, but De Safera is going to just trap with his feet and wait till somebody pressures him to pick it up. As, yeah, now time is just something you're trying to eliminate if you're the Braves. Ottawa going to send one down the far side. It's Cale Scott with it. Now the ball is in to Molnar. Big chance here for the Braves once again. Molnar had to cut it back. But Scott with it. A shot! Oh, this one hits the outside part of the net. A couple of fans started to celebrate. But wrong side of the net there. Still 3-0. On the outside, it's De La Pasqua. As currently some of the other KCAC games going on. Oklahoma Wesleyan. Or Kansas Wesleyan will move on to the quarterfinals, or to the semifinals with a win. Meanwhile, in this one, Ottawa looks to cruise by Sterling. Still plenty of time, though, for Sterling to get something done. It's either score 3 goals or to the end of the season for the Warriors. They've played well. We've seen some really fantastic moments from the Sterling team, specifically against Oklahoma Wesleyan, where they had a 2-2 draw. That was a team Ottawa was not able to defeat. Some of the games here in the quarterfinals is Oklahoma Wesleyan against St. Mary, which that was a tight game when they played in the regular season, 3-2, in a debatable call that won Oklahoma Wesleyan the game. Friends versus Bethel, Tabor versus Kansas Wesleyan, and then Ottawa versus Sterling here, which is 3-0. And right now, trying to get the official scores of the Kansas Wesleyan game. Instead, Sterling, they're charging down onto the Ottawa attacking third or the Ottawa defensive third, maybe I should say, as substitution here for Sterling College. Checking in is going to be Andy Quijada. He'll replace Ruben Guzman. So onto the far side he goes. Ball's up to Novicevic for the Braves, trying to handle. Looking to get it towards Basari, couldn't quite do so, but the Braves, they'll win the possession off a throw-in. Here's Reboito up to Molnar. Fakes the turn and just drops it back. Braves still look like they're playing pretty dynamic, despite the 3-goal lead. Foul called against Myers as his arm wrapped around the shoulder of Martius Lara. Here's Hatswell playing it forward. Another great one for Ottawa. Scott into Novicevic. Ball was behind him. Novicevic, though, thought about laying it off. Ball goes straight up in the air off of one of the Sterling players and swallowed up by Fuentes. "21 minutes remain here as Sterling College attacks down the near flank, trying to get around Mello, and ball's off of Reboito and out for a goal kick. Sterling, we've seen them attack quite a bit on the wings, but they haven't been able to find the ball very centralized most of the game, which has really caused them to not have many shooting opportunities. The only real shot we saw was in the first half from so far away that it was just very low percentage. Here's a long ball that is played in stride to Cale Scott. So the Braves, they'll pick up possession. The attacking third, Scott tried to play one up in to some of the other Braves forwards, but instead Sterling going the other way. Midfield for Ottawa now looking like it's not in a big hurry to get up the field anymore. And they shouldn't be, as Ottawa doesn't really need to score any more goals. Rather, they need to prevent Sterling from scoring any. Checking in for Sterling is going to be Stevie Kama, as he will replace Matt Dale. Sterling just a couple of nice passes in the midfield, working it out to near flank. Now coming inside. Nice ball forward, shot deflected by De Sefera. Dangerous ball there. Sterling looking very promising there on that possession. Not able to come away with a goal, but still showing a pulse here. Hatswell with it for the Braves. The ball sent all the way to Basari. This one's beautiful. He's on side too. Basari, can he make it 4-0? Shot no good. Picked up the loose change. Can he make a deposit? He gets it to the bank. It's Cale Scott with his second goal. Finishes off the shot that was deflected originally from Basari, and the Braves now lead 4-0. Couple of substitutions going to check in here. as the Braves cruise to a 4-0 lead, and things starting to feel really grim for Sterling College. So Vladan Pavlovich is going to check back in. Owen Parker to check in, Patrick Wyatt, and Martin Basso. Basari takes a seat, as well as Pedro Melo, Santiago Riboito, and looks like Hatswell also going to take a seat. And that looks as if the Braves are pulling some of their big-time players. You don't see Jack Hatswell or Alonzo Basari check out unless the Braves are in a big lead, and they are out. They are some of the game managers for this team, and man, a 4-0 night right now. This is how you want to start the playoffs. They're putting the rest of the league on watch right now. On the far side, it'll find its way across the end line and out for a goal kick. Here's Patrick Wyatt. Owen Parker now makes a nice cut. Fun fact, Owen Parker, I just recently, personally myself, got to 1v1 him. He has a little cut on his ankle because I cleated him as I went by him. So just a little shout out there to Owen Parker. Let's just say he beat me. Little score update in the KCAC tournament. Oklahoma Wesleyan on top of St. Mary 2-0 in the quarterfinals. A game that is the 1 seed versus the 8. Now a ball played inside. Dangerous one here for Sterling. Big save by De Sefera. Parker plays it up. Pavlovich. Can he find something here? No. He was looking to get Molnar. Unable to do so instead. You don't see very often Scott Molnar, Vladan Pavlovich, and Novacevic all in at the same time. But one of them playing midfield so that is possible. Be sure to listen to KOFO or the Brave Sports Network. Tomorrow is Blake Griffin brings you the call for Ottawa University Women's Soccer, hosting for the first time, I believe, since 2018. Ball played inside here. Knocked away by Sterling. There's a decent chance there. All played up to Novacevic. He'll flick it out to Scott. Cale Scott tried to play it on the ground. See if he could find a Braves player on the other end of that pass. Wasn't able to, but Braves handle. Yeah, Patrick Wyatt. Ball finds its way to Scott. Nice tackle on the far side. And actually, that is Basso. Out there is Sterling coming away with a full head of fire. They're going to play it out to the far flank. Plenty of space here. Dangerous chance here for Sterling. They're going to send a curled through ball that's headed away. by the Braves. Well defended there by Ottawa. So 14 minutes to go for Ottawa University to find their way into the semifinals. Bethel College currently taking on Friends. That game is 0-0. As Ottawa University currently up 4-0. Novacevic at midfield. He'll just drop it back. On the near side. Nice tackle from Patrick Wyatt. Dislodges the ball. It'll be a corner kick. Sterling, despite being down 4-0, they've been really feisty so far. Gonna play a ball in here, but the Italian general hit that ball about a mile up in the air and ball out for an Ottawa throw. Mark's gonna throw this one in towards Molnar, who had been wrapped around the neck. And that could have been a horse collar in football. Now it's going to be Cesar Barrientos, who just kicks the ball away from Molnar. Referee's going to have a quick conversation with him. He says that's not necessary. Here's Myers. Drops one forward. Fuentes comes way out. There's nobody back in the net. Oh, the ball was so far out wide. There was no chance for Ottawa to score. Here's Scott, who's just going to get grabbed. This is going to be a clear yellow card. Yep, given there. On the far side, that one delivered to Christian Monge. As he just grabbed the hand of Scott as he was going by. A very tactical foul, and we're starting to see some sloppy soccer. So it's going to be a set piece that looks similar to a corner kick. On the far side. Can Ottawa find the back of the net here? Patrick White also really dangerous shot inside. Oh, it finds the back of the net. It's Bensay Molnar who scores an unlikely free kick. And 5-0, Ottawa leads. What a dominant performance here at Advent Health Field. Ottawa just continuing to apply punishment. That goal just felt like it came out of nowhere. And I'm not sure who's going to get credited with this goal, as you would imagine there was some sort of deflection. That angle is always so dangerous, as a ball can just get sent in and then deflected directly. And Ottawa The whole fans here at Advent Health Field going nuts as they continue to score goals here in the second half. Fuentes with the ball currently. Under 12 minutes remaining. And the Braves, it almost feels surefire that they're going to move on to the semifinal. Sterling trying to make things look modest here. Braves, though, with possession. It's Milovic who just checked in. Tried to get it up forward to Pavlovic. Ball won by Della Pasqua. And the last goal, it was accredited to Bensay Molnar. Pavlovic flicks one up. Braves continue here. Here's Patty Erna. Milovic once again. Into Meyer, sends it up forward. Beautiful ball there. Braves trying to cut the ball in. A shot, this one, off the crossbar. Novacek puts it up and sends it to the net again, but they're going to say it was offside. And gets us excited for no reason. It's the right call, however. And the Braves continue to roll here. .9:45 to go, and Ottawa looking to cruise to the semifinals as they lead 5-0, almost made it 6 just a second ago. A year ago, they had a dominant performance against York University as they hosted their first home playoff game in a while, and that one ended up a very dominant win for the Braves. But today, Ottawa leads 5-0. Here at home. Braves just get another goal kick here as a couple more substitutions look to check in. Owen Parker just clears this ball out all the way to Fuentes. To LaPasqua. Knocks one out as substitutions check in here. For Sterling College, it's going to be Santiago Ochoa who checks in. He'll replace Stevie Karma. Lau Oliwola will replace the Italian general, Filippo Della Pasqua. Nico Sinelli back in goalkeeper as he'll replace Marco De Sefera. And Zach Hammer also comes in and replaces Matt Myers. Ball won by Basso. Pavlovich on the wing. Ball out wide now to Scott. Ball flipped up into the air. Oh, it was Basso who nearly capitalized and shot on the floor that would just go up into the hands of Fuentes. .6:30 remaining. Ottawa up 5-0. Woola to drop it back. Tesafera finds Milovic in the midfield. Scott. Novacevic to Milovic. Right back over. It's Pavlovic. The Serbians. They connect for a goal. The Serbian sensations. Novacevic to Milovic to Pavlovic. What a combination. The Braves, they make it 6-0 here at Advent Health Field with 6 minutes remaining. And what do you do? What do you do? They just feel like they have come out this half and there have been no answers. This Ottawa team is just so fiery that it's hard to respond. And the fans continue to get louder here. 6 minutes to glory for Ottawa University. And kickoff here for Sterling. Back to the defensive side. Sterling here on the near flank. I want to see if they can find a goal here before the end of the night. Another free kick for Sterling. And this free kick just going to be swallowed up by Sinelli. Scott with it near side. What can he do? We'll drop it back to Parker. And the ball finds its way into Martin Basso. Martin Basso, just his shot's going to go just wide. And Fuentes with another goal kick here, just going to play it short. Hammer trying to get feisty there, get a little win. Displaying some of his speed getting back. Freshman from Winfield, Kansas. Finelli with it for Ottawa. Now it's Wyatt. And they're going to play it long over the top. Novacevic trying to get over to it. It's played back to the keeper. They'll just boot it out. And a throw in for the Braves. Scott plays it quickly. Novacevic, oh, he tried to flick it on. Instead, foul is going to get called against Slobodan Novacevic. Ottawa defending a free kick here in their own half. As Sterling would like to see if they can put one on the board. They're going to shoot this one, and Sinelli, he'll cover it. Pavlovic makes a nice header, another chance towards the goal. It's Pavlovic. This one, oh, it was just wide. And the Braves have never taken their foot off the gas this entire game. You can sub out some of your playmakers, but at the end of the day, Ottawa has playmakers as depth pieces as well. And nothing has slowed them down. This is a game that was 2-0 at Sterling College. This is a talented team in Sterling. The scoreboard does not show what Sterling is capable of. Nice flick on by Novicevic, gets the ball up to Milovic. It's going to be a foul here. And a card awarded. This yellow card will go to Talani Poltard. Another free kick here. It'll be Owen Parker this time. Patrick Wyatt, the tall center back, waves his hand. Probably one of the players they're definitely looking for here. It'll go Wyatt's way, over his head, and out for Sterling throw. Or actually, they're going to say it was out on the end line before it got kicked away by Wyatt, so it'll be a goal kick for Sterling. Under a minute. Ball dropped back all the way to Sinelli. Doliwola defending here. Sterling going to pick it up and this looks to be the end of the game. Ottawa University, they move on to the semifinals with a 6-0 win over Sterling College. Dominant fashion here at Advent Health Field. We're going to take a break and we'll be back to wrap things up here from Advent Health Field. You've been listening to Ottawa University Men's Soccer with Chris on the Call on the Brave Sports Network and KOFO.com.
Olivia from Washington. Laid off and trying to keep our little kids from realizing that Mommy and Daddy haven't eaten in a while.
Roger from California. I'm grateful we could afford our son's surgery. I'm nervous that now we can't really afford food.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Donna from Louisiana. The storm just hit, and we went from donating to the food bank to needing it.
Keisha from South Carolina. I've been skipping meals so my 2 kids can eat, but filling up on water doesn't really work.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Welcome back here to Advent Health Field. Ottawa University, the Braves, they defeat Sterling College 6-0 here at home in the quarterfinals, and this will take them on to the semifinals where their opponent awaits them. We will see who they get to play here. And Ottawa University, it's an exciting time. Their second time hosting here under the Coach Cottage era. This is his second year, and both very successful seasons, and looking to make a very successful postseason here for Ottawa University. Couple of things to think about here for this next match is, what is Ottawa University going to do in their semifinals? Are they going to come out and be continuously dominant once again? Can they continue to play a nice defensive game, have another shutout? I think that's sometimes what is in question. Is their offense is always constant, but the defense has been really constant this year too. So I think those are some of the things that you got to think about. As far as goals for Ottawa University in the game, Ottawa goal scored by Slobodan Novacevic. He had a goal, or actually he had an assist. Bensay Molnar with 2 goals, Cale Scott with 2 goals, Alonzo Basari with an assist, and then an own goal by Sterling College. And that would be the total stat line for the game, as Sterling College was not able to concede. So that is how it ended. Ottawa University, they won 6-0. We're going to go ahead and stay so long from here, but Ottawa University, we're thankful for those listening on the Braves Athletics, Braves Sports Network. Thankful for Ryan, my producer, as well as Bruce Tate, and also Dylan Jones back at the station, taking me in and out of the breaks. And for those listening on KOFO.com, I'm Chris Hanson, saying so long.
We hope you enjoyed our coverage of Ottawa University Brave Soccer on KOFO. Brought to you by CarStar, Quality Structures, Kansas State Bank, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, Nuco Concrete, and by Beanie's Body Shop and Repair, Impact Wealth Planners, Ottawa Veterinary Hospital, Sutton's Jewelry, also by Ottawa University, Arvest Bank, Advent Health Ottawa, Dingle & Son Mortuary, and Primetime Grill at Fusion Alley. For more information about our next OU Brave sports broadcast, visit the KOFO sports page at KOFO.com. This has been an exclusive presentation from your sports source for East Central Kansas, KOFO.